Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Cosmo Muse Tarot and today's mystery message. So this mystery message is inspired by the heart, but a little bit more contextually than that, sort of the electromagnetic field that the heart emits. Its electromagnetic field is like 5,000 times greater than our brain's electromagnetic field. And the reason why I am doing this is currently, as I'm doing this reading, Venus and Mars are having an interaction. They're kind of squaring off. And when those two planets have some strong aspects, they tend to amplify that in our heart. And this particular square is one that is bringing kind of breakthrough energies, more clarity, more attraction around some kind of intention those two planets made when they met up. Which was several months ago from when I'm doing this. And because Mars is a magnetic conductor and Venus is an electrical conductor, I think that's right. I don't think it's opposite. I think it's how I said it. When they join forces, there's like a very electromagnetic energy. And since our heart is the organ in our body that emits the greatest electromagnetic field, I do think there's some kind of association of like our Venus-Mars interactions and our heart, which makes sense because Venus sort of is the planet next in from Earth going towards the sun, so it takes us more inward. And Mars is the planet just outside of Earth, which takes us outward. And in the chakra system, the heart is that midpoint that marries the higher and the lower chakras. So I don't know, I think there's some kind of interesting thing there of like the heart bringing that unity consciousness and the inner and outer together, and Venus and Mars having that inner outer association. Anyway, so I wanted to get a mystery message from our heart in that context, something around how we're finding unity consciousness, what our electromagnetic field wants to talk to us about, that's being generated through our heart right now. So we're going to choose 3 piles here. Feel free to pick as many of them as you feel called to get, a mystery message from the heart. So we've got Crystal Dragon for pile 1. We've got Green Epidote and Star Jasmine from pile 2. And Apophyllite and Alchemy for pile 3. Okay, so feel free to pause. Let me get these a little more straight. Feel free to pause here if you want to spend some time to look over these images or just the piles in general to see which one or ones are resonating for you. When you are ready, timestamps will be in the descriptions, and I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, pile 1. You guys chose the Crystal Dragon pile to get a mystery message from your heart, and more specifically, it's being the organ that has our greatest electromagnetic field. So some message from that around kind of like unity consciousness and some kind of breakthrough happening there. So Crystal Dragon, it says sound and color, new healing modalities, rainbow ray, solfeggio, I don't know how to pronounce that, solfeggio frequencies, which I don't know exactly what those are, but I think they're like healing sounds, healing frequencies. In general, what I'm getting here, especially just from the sound and color, and then it's saying new healing modalities, is just being able to tap into more subtle things. And as it happens, our electromagnetic fields, being able to tap into those is a more subtle kind of sense of those. You know, we can kind of feel a sense of electromagnetic fields and those coming off of people and ourselves. So I feel like there's some kind of breakthrough happening in like being able to really pick up on subtleties of unity consciousness that you're emitting and that others are emitting, and being able to navigate how you connect with others and who you want to connect with through that more subtle sense that you're kind of coming into a breakthrough with. Yeah, really, really interesting, very kind of, yeah, it's just like a heightened sense coming through. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, let's get a sacred geometry resonance card. Let's take the bottom one. Ooh, soul. The energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. So I feel like some kind of breakthrough happening in knowing how to put out kind of an energy, a heart energy that is more from your soul, hence closer to a more divine energy. And you know, that definitely to me plays off of being able to resonate at a more, or like more subtly understand how your electromagnetic field is emanating, like how it's like how big it is, how bright it is, how energetic it is. There's something about tapping into soul. It's like a breakthrough of tapping into soul in terms of like knowing how to amplify that and turn on a new sense through kind of that electromagnetic activity. Yeah, it's really beautiful. And so it makes me feel like because you're connecting to this more subtle way of doing this, the kinds of connections you're starting to make with others and affection you're starting to build with others is like, yeah, just generally like more divine, more, but in ways that's hard to articulate, right? It's like so much more subtle. You may even feel, you know how some people will say they can literally see auras? That's something something might turn on for you there, whether it's more of like a sense you get or you actually do start seeing. I don't know, there's something coming on here where like I think the way your heart is emanating is like turning on. There's just like a new sense turning on in you. And I would imagine there's some kind of vibration. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, so I'm sort of like saying things that may not totally make sense. I'm not totally sure though, but like I would imagine there's some kind of frequency around electromagnetic field that would make sense to me. And so maybe there's even some kind of, because this also says sound as well as color, you may even be able to sense sort of like some kind of a sound, like more of a frequency sound rather than like it sounds like something like a bell or this or that. Like there's something where it's like their frequency, you know, you might say something like their frequency sounded higher, their frequency sounded like being able to hear something in the voice that even portrays like my frequency felt off or their frequency felt low or something like that, where it's like in the sound of someone and yourself, even like that you're really tuning into electromagnetic field energy. Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. But yeah, something turning on here, a different sense, a more subtle sense. Let's get a couple of tarot cards to expand this. Why does your heart want you to be aware of this? Kind of get some insight into this through the tarot. So we've got 5 of Fire. Oh, we've got our 2 cards. 8 of Air, 4 of Water. Yeah, your heart wants you to understand this because it wants you to break out of some kind of pattern. There's something where you are holding yourself back. It's like an insecurity, maybe relationally too, where yeah, the thing that comes up is like holding yourself back. But I think with this 5 of Fire feels like a new strategy. Like, and it's not even thought of as a strategy, but it just is a strategy that, like, as the subtle sense turns on, you're able to like understand connection in a very different and more natural, subtle way. And it's like a different strategy is starting to turn on in terms of how you're connecting in the world, that leads you to feeling, you know, that's coming from a more secure place. So this new sense turning on, this new subtle sense turning on is going to give you, I think, a little bit more courage and an ability to break out of areas where you've felt held back, or you've held yourself back, or there's been insecurity. It's like something breaks open in you with this subtle sense, and it's like easier. It's going to be easier for you to connect, I think. Yeah. Interesting. So that is the mystery message coming through. I'm keeping this week's pretty short and to the point, but really cool. Who doesn't want an extra sense, right? And especially, you know, your heart saying that it's going to help you to have a, you know, because we're talking about a breakthrough as well with this, like having a breakthrough and how you're able to connect and resonate and I don't know, just be more confidently present with others. Yeah, that's, I think, a good finishing phrase there. Okay, last card. I forgot I had one more deck that's just kind of like an ending note. Growth. With the fern, yeah, something's unfurling. I always think of ferns as kind of unfurling. So this new sense is about to unfurl. It's bringing growth. It's bringing a little bit more confidence and courage in how you're able to like be present with others and connect. So yeah, beautiful. I hope this did resonate. If so, I always appreciate support, likes, shares, and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And yeah, I hope to see you in future readings. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your mystery message from your heart, and more specifically from its electromagnetic field, some kind of breakthrough coming in around this. And so you guys picked the green epidote and star jasmine, and it says restructure, identifying, reframing, enhancing. That's very interesting. I don't know that some kind of breakthrough that you're having through your heart might see you restructuring. Well, let's get the next card. What are we restructuring? Identifying, reframing, and enhancing. I mean, I definitely feel like you're having a breakthrough with your electromagnetic field that is going to help you to identify, reframe, and enhance, but around what? So let's use the sacred geometry resonances to see what this is restructuring. Strength. Oh, beautiful. The frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. Ooh, I love that. Your way of being, something through your heart and a breakthrough with its electromagnetic field is helping you to see something, to identify something about your way of being that needs to be reframed and that could be enhanced. And it's helping you to restructure that, harmonize a more whole sense of self into a more balanced way of being, just riffing off of what was said on Strength card. So yeah, a stronger way, a more harmonic and a more whole way of being. Something your heart is getting, something the unity consciousness of your heart is having a breakthrough with, and it's really going to tap into, making you a stronger version of yourself. Let's get some tarot around what it is seeing. Like, what is the thing that it's seeing that's going to help it to reframe and enhance and restructure your sense of strength? Well, we've got 4 cards that fell out. I was just going to get 3, but we had 4 fall out, so let's just go with it. The Hierophant. Oh, wow. Your heart is like suddenly, like the unity consciousness that your heart holds is suddenly like helping you to see a certain wisdom that you hold that maybe you weren't aware of, that if you can sort of restructure around feeling the gravity of that, it really brings a lot of pieces together in you that may have been a little bit not fully, I don't get a sense of like fully fractured, but there is this sense of pulling more of yourself together here into like cohesion and like anchoring into this very wise kind of sage energy. It's like a restructuring and an enhancing of your way of being. Through a gravity, your heart is helping you to see that you hold in wisdom and, like wisdom and an ability to bring guidance to others. Okay, let's see the other 3 cards that fell out. I might need to push these all closer together to get them to fit. Patience. Something that's taken a long time. It's like alchemy. It takes a long time to break certain elements down, to recombine them, to turn more base things into, you know, like gold, turning like silver into gold or something. It's like alchemy has been taking place in your heart, and that's a process. It takes a long time, but I feel like it actually has for some time been trying to help you to restructure a more whole sense of being around your wisdom. But it's been a process, but I think something, your heart's having like a breakthrough with this, where it's like able to like click in, like some missing key step or ingredient or something or element, that it's like this feeling of like, I'm almost there, like I know I have this strength in a wisdom I hold, but I don't know quite how to alchemize it to make it my center of being with strength, right? But like some key, your heart has a breakthrough around some key here, but you've been very patient. It's a natural process. It's natural that it would take this long, or that you know, you would need to find this last key step or element or something, and it's just part of a natural process. But it's having that breakthrough. It's having that, oh, got it. I know how to meld all these parts of me to really center around this wisdom and to hold strength in that. Then we've got 6 of Earth. The way the 6 of Earth feels with antlers on a deer is like the spirit world is helping to exchange with you. It's like giving you some kind of value exchange right now. Spirit world wants to communicate with you through rewarding you somehow. So there's some kind of exchange coming in that you may not understand how it took place, like something landing on you, some kind of reward or something landing on you that seems like it's out of nowhere, but this is the spirit world trying to help you to understand your value. It's like showing you the exchange you deserve, right? The rewards, the material, the exchange you deserve to help. Sometimes when we get a value exchange on something, that shows us how strong something is. And so this kind of value landing on you is the spirit world helping you to understand your own inner negotiation of your power, of your strength, right? And when that comes, something about some kind of reward or coming into something, some material gift of sorts, or something materially landing on you, is somehow your heart will know that this is a reflection of how strong I'm supposed to feel. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then the last tarot card that fell out was King of Fire. And look at that, the heart. Literal, like, electromagnetic heart message coming through here. Yeah, when that exchange comes in, you really are, it's going to solidify. You're really going to know your strength. And then this fire around the king's head is like wisdom, right? Enlightenment. You're going to know the strength of your wisdom, and it's going to emanate from you in some kind, you've had a lot of patience in letting this sort of restructure and integrate things about you, what you are centered in. Yeah, but something's coming in to show you, some mirror from the outer world, which is sent by the universe, It's coming to help mirror, to help that set in, help your heart see, and so really anchor into the gravity of how valuable your strength is. And that will help you to really step into your power and own it and claim it, and show up in that way of being that is just wise, that is just this kind of elder status. Really gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna get one last card to leave you with and see how it ties into the message we've already had. And the plant that this is the Hedgewitch's guide, so it's using plant messages, and it's the elder, which I love the pun there, or the play off of words, because this feels like elder energy. And then ritual coming up, I feel very much so ties into that patience. I feel like you have been intentional about certain ritual in your life that's helped you to develop this kind of wisdom. And it's, sometimes ritual is like when we do specific things with intention, we can kind of call that ritual. And there's things about that become habitual that we can kind of do on autopilot. But there's still something, because there's like intention and meaning there, that still, even if aspects of like your body or movements or whatever are on autopilot, it's like your heart is still very much so not, like very conscious and intentional and designing of like elder quality within you, right? So I feel like there have been like practices and rituals, things you've done with intention and meaning, that have been sort of designing this wisdom and elder quality within you. But it's like you're finally getting the gravity and like the power of this. Like you may have just done it instinctually, or just for mental health, or just to ground yourself, and just thinking it's like this private thing. But it's been sort of redesigning your heart, and your heart is now restructuring your whole way of being. And you're suddenly getting the gravity of all this work you've been doing, that it starts as private, but it ends up bleeding into everything about you. And it's just like you're suddenly just, center, like more of your wholeness is coalescing together and then emanating with that electromagnetic field from your heart and your consciousness. This strength of wisdom. Really cool, really beautiful. Okay, I hope that resonated. If so, I always appreciate support. Likes and shares and subscribes are great and easy ways to do that. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And I wish you guys well with this. It almost feels like, I know on Wednesdays I do a glow up, and this was like a mystery message, but it also in a way feels like a glow up of in some sense. Good luck with this heart message and your electromagnetic field just coming into a much stronger, commanding place. Really cool. All right, I hope to see you guys in future readings. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your mystery message from your heart, and more specifically from its electromagnetic field and some kind of breakthrough that's happening there. Okay, so Apophyllite and Alchemy, I think that's how it's pronounced, is the card you chose, and its message is cleanse, lifestyle choices, detox, and nourishment. Ooh, interesting. You the feeling I get here is like maybe you've been experimenting with different like nutrition and lifestyle choices. What are your priorities? How do you, what do you feed yourself? Not just food, but like what kind of information, what kind of stories, what kind of people, it's like, what do you feed yourself, right? And you may have been really working on that and intentional about what you feed yourself. All sorts of lifestyle choices here. And it's like through that experimenting, through that effort, through that intention, there are some things that are really starting to make an impact. But it's subtle. You may not see this like really pronounced, obvious evidence that these things are impacting you in a positive way, but there's just this feeling of being, like some way that your heart feels like more open, bigger. You're able to like, you're finding yourself crossing your arms less and like putting your shoulders back and standing, not necessarily like sticking your chest out, but those are like where your strong power organs are, your heart and diaphragm and lungs. And you're able to have those sort of like more clear, more open. And there's something like connecting with that, like, oh, I think these things that I've made changes in that I know on some level feel good to me, like my energy's feeling different. And I'm starting to notice that. I'm starting to notice that like the things in all this experimenting I've done and the things I'm starting to land on, they are actually like really changing the energy of my heart and its sense of like unity consciousness, its ability to be strong, be open, and feel sort of like give off a nourished energy. There's something like clicking with that. And I can't help but feel that that's just this sense that like your energy is shifting too, which could lead to more literally the stuff it's been saying here with cleanse and detox of like starting to feel your body changing in physical ways, not just energetic ways. It's like starting with the energetic ways. And you're like, oh, this feels good. This feels impactful. This feels like something's happening. This feels right. I'm going to keep feeding myself in this new way, in all these new ways that I've landed on. And just kind of this knowing that it is going to lead to also some physical changes that are, healthier and better, just like better, it's just like better lifestyle energy coming in. But it's like your electromagnetic field, your heart's unity consciousness is the first energetic communication you're getting of what's working. And it's like, and I feel like the message coming through here is like, listen to that. I will tell you what is right. That energetic shift you feel is helping you to commit to certain things that are right for your lifestyle, that are right for your energy, and that will lead to more evidence-based changes. And then we've got friendship. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. And I love this affection coming up because that heart unity consciousness and the electromagnetic field all enhance that our heart is like an oxytocin producing organ, which is sort of the bonding organ, affection organ. So I feel like one of the results coming from these lifestyle and changes that you're playing with and that your heart is helping you to energetically know are right, is also leading to some results of you feeling more open and feeling more friendly and feeling more affectionate towards others. And my assumption is because you're going to start feeling that way to you, more friendly towards yourself, maybe better self-talk, better thoughts about yourself, better feelings about yourself. I do. I feel like you're starting to be more of a friend to yourself through some of these lifestyle things. And it's going to help you to be a better friend to others as well. Okay, let's get a few tarot cards to get a little bit more information on this. So we have 3 of air. Interesting. 2 more popped out, so we'll take those. So we've got 3 of air, 2 of water, and 8 of water. It's really interesting. I feel like your heart is saying that there probably have been some friendship disappointments in your life, and like a connection you may not have understood or wouldn't have just naturally seen on your own is this thing of like, it's, you know, I'm not trying to say anything was deserved. Definitely not the message here, in terms of like experiencing like some friendship disappointments, but like the way in which you've been a friend to yourself has a direct correlation to the types of friends you've attracted into your life. And so as you start to feel these energetic changes in your heart that help you to be better friends to yourself, you're going to start to, with this 2 of waters, start to find more of your soul tribe, more of those friendships that are really healthy and nourishing and very beautiful. I mean, look how beautiful this card is. This is sort of like the friendship energy, the 3 of airs, if you were to look at this card. Friendship, like focus on that card. Friendship energy feeling like that to friendship energy feeling like this 2 of water. Like it's a big difference. But that's also the way in which you've been a friend to yourself in a shift. So like, just noticing first how you are being a friend to you. And this, I was having this sense of like, it may not mean that you're like leaving friends. You just might be able to shift the energy in friendships. But I wasn't quite sure. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, but then there's the 8 of waters after. So I do get the sense that there are maybe some friendships you're starting to leave behind. And it's okay. They've run their natural course. Your energy is shifting. I don't think this says anything about those people you're leaving. It has nothing to do with them. It's not saying they were necessarily bad friends. You're just resonating differently. And that resonance is bringing you towards people that resonate more correctly with you. On top of just that friendship energy toward yourself, and then that you attract into just being more nourishing in general. This walking away, of course we can grieve things even if it doesn't feel personal. To some of you it might feel personal, but I think the message here is like, don't take it personally. A natural shift is happening. Let your heart communicate to you about that. It is very capable of grieving what it needs to grieve. But there is a shift. There's something you're leaving behind. But what you're going towards is like night and day difference in terms of how you nourish yourself in a friendship way and how friendships are going to be nourishing. The nourishment you find in friendships will be a very different quality that will be a better way for you, more correct for you. And it's all about this, like changes in lifestyle, which is such an interesting, connection of like changes in lifestyle and friendship, changes in, what you feed yourself and how that affects how your friend, a friend to your own self, and then hence the kinds of friendships you attract in. It's really beautiful. So one more card here just to kind of wrap it up. But I think pay attention to those lifestyle changes going on that are opening your heart, because they're really shifting those bonding energies in your life and leading you to more soul-oriented ones. And a lot of it having to do with how you even nourish yourself and are a friend to yourself. So, okay, we've got tenacity with burdock. Yeah, so I feel like this message is coming through saying like you're on track. This is more of like confirmation and encouragement, like hang in there. It probably hasn't been an easy road to, play with these lifestyle changes, to instill them, to trust them, to find the right ones. I think it's taken tenacity, and I still think there is some tenacity you still need to continue to channel and pull forward, but it's like you're so on that cusp of just like really shifting some energy in a big way in yourself, to just a much more nourished energy, friendly energy. So hang in there. You're at the very end of some tough work and some really big changes, right? Lifestyle and friendship and just energetic changes coming in. So hang in there, keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. Just keep going. You're on that cusp. You're right there. Should we get you a timing? Like if you were to stay on track the way you have been, assuming you keep channeling the tenacity you've been channeling, where is that cusp? I kind of feel like you're already walking away, but I feel like you're still kind of centered in this Three of Swords of like disappointment. So how long till you really become that friend to yourself that reflects the kinds of friends that are like soul family friends, soul tribe friends? Because I feel like it's so close, I want to do weeks. So we're going to do this dice that has 12 sides to see how many weeks we are, should you stick to the tenacity you've already been sticking to really getting over the hump here. So 5 weeks, not long, a little over a month, until you move out of that walking away and that disappointment to really being more open, affectionate, and friendly towards yourself and attracting that into your life of like starting to find those soul tribe friends. So beautiful. 5 weeks, guys. Hang in there. Very different kind of energies coming into you and around you through this message. Love it. All right, if this did resonate, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are always a great way to do that. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And wishing you luck with this journey of lifestyle shifts and friendliness shifts and hope to see you in future readings.